Welcome back to the Mountain Path podcast with your boy Hamza, the host that knows absolutely nothing, the first podcast host in the world to be clueless in the topics he talks about, but has the cheek to make them topics regardless. That's me right here. Today I want to make a quick episode, a quick reminder, something one of the teachers said in the last time I went to micro madrasa on the Sunday. Today is Tuesday. So it's been 3 days since he said this, but it's been in my head since. So I thought, let's make a little quick episode. Normally my first 3 episodes have been between 15 and 20 minutes long, but I thought, you know what, I think it's time I should do some small little reminders throughout the week as well, and maybe aim for 1 big episode per week for the time being, maybe 2 later on when I get more time. But at the moment, things are busy. But Anyway, before we left madrasa that day, I think this is the final thing he said, and it was a bit of motivation and a bit of a reality check on how to look at life. And what he said was this. He said, in the dunya, you should never look up to people. You should look down to people. And when I say look down, I don't mean look down in an arrogant way. I mean look down whenever you feel like you're facing a calamity, or whenever you feel like you're facing some tribulation or a trial or something hard, some depressive kind of thoughts, anxiety, pressure, whether it's deadlines from uni or work deadlines. You need to, in that moment right there, think deeply about the situation you're in. Do you sleep with a roof over your head? Do you get fed every day? I know it seems like I don't, because I'm not very big. I'm a skinny guy, but anyway, besides the point. My point is, we are blessed people. We are very blessed, seriously. And this does not mean that in times of tribulation for yourself that we completely ignore our emotions and we completely think, right, you know what, who am I to be upset when there's people out there dying and starving? Of course, acknowledge your own emotions, seek help from Allah, make dua, return back to your Lord, pray Quran. This is the only remedies in life. I'll tell you straight, the only remedy is your prayers, your Quran, your knowledge seeking. The only remedy is Islam. There's no other remedies out there, man. There's not. Simple as that. That's in my opinion. I mean, you can try all the temporary remedies, watching football, it'll get you happy for 90 minutes, but then again, if you're losing 3-0, if your team's losing, then you're in trouble. Then you're even more depressed. Then you're even more angry. Do you understand? So the only time you feel that stillness in your heart and your soul, that sukoon, that peace, that tranquility, is through the remembrance of Allah. Because we're humans, we are made to worship God. That is our innate nature. If you're going against the innate nature of a human being, then you're restricting yourself, completely restricting yourself. So the teacher said that, when you feel like that, don't look up at people, because that makes you depressed, man. Social media these days, you go on social media, there'll be someone your age or even 5 years younger than you with a Lamborghini, with crazy money, with all sorts of dunya kind of stuff, like they're out in Dubai chilling. I'm talking like, you look on social media and it will eat you alive. You'll see people your age, like I said, even younger, living it up, obviously in their way. I mean, for us, living it up is in being in the remembrance of Allah. That's what I call living it up, is being in the remembrance of God, praying and devoting your life to God. That is what you call living it up. Then you're living the real life, trust me. I mean, these people might look glamorous, it might look the part, but inside they got dead hearts, man. Spiritually dead hearts, absolutely. And you can find people in the deserts, you can find people in the most impoverished places and countries who are so rich in their soul, but so-called poor on the outside. I mean, the Western kind of view of those kind of people, that they're poor, they're malnourished, these guys are they're in poverty, we're so blessed compared to them. And they're right, outwardly they're right, but inwardly, some of these people are thriving, man. That in the dunya, it's good to look down on other people and really kind of compare your blessings compared to them. I mean, look at Gaza right now, look at Palestine, look at the injustice, look at the calamity, man. Look at what's going on. I mean, our brothers and sisters are being killed, and the media, the propaganda is scary, man. Wallahi, it's scary. Trust me, like the propaganda on the news is scary. You don't even want to go near that place. You don't want to even look at the news, because it'll make you angry, because this complete injustice is complete lies. And the way the story, the way they're making it out is the exact opposite of what it really is. And we live in a world where people are actually liars, man. People actually lie. I'm talking like they just lie. It's so common. People at the top lying non-stop. How can that not scare anyone? That we're sitting down, watching the news, and we are being fed lies, straight lying to you. You lie in your job, you're getting sacked. Yeah? So how can these big powers lie to us? How come they get away with it? That's what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? It's a dangerous time we're living in. Dangerous time. So yeah, like I said, my teacher, what he said was, in the dunya it's good to look down, not up. And religiously, you should look up and not down. Understand? Look up, not down. What does he mean by that? He meant when there's a time that you are completely out of your depth and you don't know about a certain topic or certain knowledge that you're trying to gain, you look up at the teachers. So that's when you should look up. Forget dunya. Dunya, don't look up at people, man. It'll only make you more depressed. But when it comes to Islam, look up and feel inspired by those who know more than you. Feel inspired. Because there are many people out there with a wealth of with a wealth of knowledge in Islam. And, you know, it's fascinating. You know, if you got a question, consult your teachers. Honestly, you can't go wrong when you consult with the people of knowledge. Never try and dig into books yourself. That's what I've been taught, and that's what I'll stand by. Never try and dig into authentic books yourself without any sort of teaching or education, any sort of knowledge, because the Quran is not a simple book and the Hadiths are not simple books. They're not. They're just not. And there are many Hadiths out there which are very simple for the layman person to take, and that's absolutely fine. But when there's a certain area of confusion, you have to consult in those who know more than you. It's quite as simple as that. So that was my episode today. Simple as that. I just wanted to do a quick one just about the mind, when to utilize it, because our minds are powerful, our brains are powerful, and they also, at the same time, they need a bit of tweaking. And those who know knowledge, they can put you in the right direction. And don't take ignorant people for leaders. I keep telling this. I said this on my last podcast, and I'll say it again. There'll be a time where ignorant people will take over the world, and it's happening. It's happening, man. The real rightful scholars are diminishing in numbers, and you'll see all sorts of people now. Anyway, so that was it then. That's all I wanted to say. Like I said, like my teacher said, in dunya, look down, not up. And when it comes to religion, look up and not down. Look up to consolidate and learn, and be willing to learn. Always be willing to learn. That's my one advice. Always be humble and willing to learn. Never feel some sense of arrogance that, you know what, I don't want to learn. Like, no, I don't need to know. I'm fixated on my opinions. Nope, I don't want to know. That kind of arrogance will lead you nowhere. You're just going to be stuck in your bubble for the rest of your life. So imagine that. Islam tells you to look up, and dunya, yeah, is reminding you, don't look up, because you're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to feel down. You're going to feel horrible. You're going to feel like you've failed. You're going to feel like a failure, comparing yourself to these people who are showing a life on the internet when spiritually they are dead. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of people who are spiritually elevated and also successful in dunya, and may Allah bless them, may Allah give them more. But trust me, social media is not the be all and end all, and it doesn't show the whole story. So be proud of who you are. I don't know when I started making motivational videos. I don't know how this even happened. I don't know how I'm on my 4th episode of this podcast. One thing about me, let me tell you something about me. I've got bloody ADHD, I'll tell you now, because I will do something random and then I'll just go crazy with it. I've got a mic, got a laptop with the audio recording, I've got a tripod, the phone's there, and then next week I'll do some knitting or something. I'm just always doing some random tasks and I never finish them. So let's hope this episode 4 turns into episode 400 one day. Let's see how long it lasts, yeah? That's all I wanted to say today. Inshallah, see you next time. I never really say this, but I think I should have a little outro. Everyone does. I think it's a good idea. Like, subscribe, share the videos, join the path, the mountain path, get your backpacks ready because we're climbing. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and thank you for watching.